it might be helpful to use a 8 French guide with a 6 or 7 French, 6 or 5.5 French guide extension mother and child catheter, so that you can use additional anchoring techniques. Anchoring technique that is well known is the proximal anchoring technique that all of us know. We anchor the balloon in the proximal branch and we try to deliver the equipment. But we should be cautious as every additional tools or every additional equipment might be related to additional complications. So it's always better to start from the basics first. A very beautiful technique has been described, that is guide extension tunnel and landslide technique, in which you can trap the guide liner with a balloon and then try to deliver the equipment through the guide liner across the lesion. Now we come to the step 2. What is extremely important is to use your guide wire appropriately and use the guide wire with the microcapillary. It has 3 advantages. One is it improves the bandwidth of the wire. Besides that, it helps you exchange the guide wire, especially you don't lose the distance that you gain with one wire. You can always change the wire, the tip type or the maneuverability of the guide wire without losing distance. And you should use a smaller catheter so that it is easier to negotiate the tortuous, either a Caravelle or a fine cross. And more angulated catheters like the Supercross microcatheter, which has a bend of 45, 90, 120, they can be used accordingly. Another important use is of dual lumen microcatheters like Corsair or Sasuke that can be used with a reverse wire technique or maybe with an anchoring wire technique to help us get across the tortuosity. This is a case in which we had to encounter tortuosity and handle it in multiple ways. It was a mid-LED CTO with beautiful epicardial collaterals from diagonal 1 to distal LED. Our first temptation was to go retrograde, but again it was an epicardial tortuous collateral, so we were afraid wiring it. So we gave a good antegrade attempt, but I'll show you the story from the tortuosity onwards. This is a Caravelle tip injection from the diagonal that shows the tortuous epicardial collateral, and the slow wire that is known to get across such a tortuous lesion, such tortuous epicardial vessels, it did its job as expected. And it has a tip load of only 3 grams that helps us get across. But the point was that once we were across those epicardial collaterals, we were not able to cross the mid-LED lesion and the wire was going into the distal diagonal. Here we used a reverse tip wire technique with and exchanged this flow with a conquest probe. We made a reverse hairpin loop into the and introduced it through the microcatheter, get it across the total occlusion distally and prolapse it back as it prolapsed back, it went towards the proximal edge, and thereafter we completed the procedure, and this is the final result. So the choice of wire to start with, we can go with Swan or Swan Blue, but polymer jacketed wires like Finger XC or Whisper MS may do the job, and in epicardial collateral it is CO3 as shown in this example. The last and final step is to prepare the lesion well before stenting with the use of all aggressive strategies like cutting balloon, rotablation, but again be cautious of developing some complications like intramural hematoma that should be watched upon. But it is extremely important to prepare the lesion well so that the final delivery of stents is not hampered, and we may use shorter stents, ultra thin or thinner strut stents that are more trackable. And as pointed out earlier, we should have a careful eye for watching out dissection, perforation or intramural hematoma. There is a high chance of developing pseudo lesions of concertina with such lesions, and it has been noted that such patients after intervention have more cardiac biomarker elevation as compared to non-tortuous counterparts of them. And there are more chances of body wire entrapment, embolized stent and stent deformation associated with this.
Thank you, for your colorful presentation. Good. The master student. I have a question to Dr. Ramesh and Dr. Ramesh should also always make that say that it's simple, but in case of this type of tortuous vessel, and while it may be done, but sometimes it's very difficult to push the state or the state development, and especially in case of long stay, it's very difficult. And always say don't push excessively, but sometimes we must push gently. But in between these two terms, there is some so I need to experience how could we actually overcome this situation.
He described all devices we have. So it's up to operator. It's up
That's your experience. Already he has mentioned everything.
Look, it's up to operator, to the experience of the operator, the familiarity of the operator to use that device or that technique. Because he mentioned, for example, reverse wiring or cyber. I think it's not that much easier. It's not, even if you are going in cyber, when you have before tip of the hardware, you don't have any control. You cannot manage in the cyber sometimes. So I think it depends on familiarity of the device. The other thing for me is that today you should also know in which anatomy you should avoid doing angioplasty. I think if you have severe tortuosity with a complete loop, I will not go for angioplasty patient because you can have a really serious complication without any possibility to manage that complication. So I think it is a sort of balance. Experience, anatomy, and devices you have in your care.
Thank you, Imad. I think Dr. Kanush, great talk. With experience, I'm sure we all have the same experience that sometimes it is better to say no into these angulated vessels rather than causing acute vessel closure. It's fantastic, actually. Thank you. So, let's move on next to invite our director, Dr. Azam, to give his talk. It's a great pleasure. I know you've been busy making sure everybody is very comfortable. So let's make you uncomfortable now.
Okay, thank you, Ramesh. Wonderful audience and colleagues. It's an honor to be able to be here with you. Actually, I am now right now talking. My topic is irrational and post-formative therapy for HDMI in Bangladesh perspective. Let's see, all of you know, can you see the slide? All you know, exclusion MI in the medical emergency. If you look at this natural history of MI, it is very important to medical strategy. Whatever you think is primary PCI, PCI, whatever the model is, you are looking for the reverse strategy to achieve a certain myocardium. That you should know, you should give the emphasis especially in the natural history of exclusion MI. If slide is the moving. And all of you know the estimation MI management strategy go for the primary PCI fast drive. There is no alternatives as well. But if you consider the natural history of MI, then you can consider what the viable alternatives or as much as equal like to primary PCI, you should consider pharmacological PCI in Bangladesh setting. What is the rationality of the Bangladesh setting to design for pharmacological PCI because you know the global scenario of the association and the Bangladesh brand. Even registry show tolerance state of pressure at 61% Indian pressure actually as an university of an established MI and that particular part of pressure taking care of 8% around primary PCI. Similarly, if you look at the global registration data, around 31 to 40% are estimated MI, almost every patient under primary PCI. And European also say for two around almost 40% PCI. And US was almost like 6% diabetes. Similar step in India as well as Bangladesh, that's anecdotal data I can show. I can show you that is 6.2% under diabetes and Bangladesh. So it is still very under number. So I don't think we should address in this particular area. And these are pre-COVID era, and in the COVID era that is actually less than 0.001% like that. So I don't go for emphasis in this particular point. There are three different centers in our Bangladesh, the three leading centers. And now I go to the case that is a 60 years male, stable hemodynamics, came to emergency vehicle at 3 a.m. Severe promising gesture, infused extensive MRI, that it is in say, our settings like thrombolytics. We just treat the thrombolytics in hospital course, complete getting thrombolytics and getting worse, and it is managed by TPM, and then it can stable by TPM and add support. Then next following morning, then you follow the strategy and randomness to antibiotic. If you look at this antibiotic, the support of TPM, the area is as disease. You see, and is just a separate significant 80% disease, as is also 20% disease. And if you look at this RC also, it was very good. Now, my question to the audience, and anyone can be volunteer, what should we do in HTMI multiple disease? Anyone can be volunteer. Either we go for single city PCI or PCI to artery or agglomeration and investigation to non-incomplete artery or PCI to artery or CAVG or stage PCI. Anyone can be volunteer. What is the preferred option in this particular case? I would like the audience please interact yourselves so that we can discuss more authentically. No question from audience?
So I want to suggest complete revascularization can be addressed.
And in multiple disease, STMI patient, and the hospital course patient developing hypotension, and unstable, so you are considering complete revascularization. What is the expert panel opinion from Ramesh?
So complete trial, which Dr. Sanjog Boss also is involved in that, Vlad Javed, showed that complete revascularization is better than single vessel PCI in the presence of STEMI, but in the stage, meaning you can do it before discharge. But NCDR data, registry data from the United States, showed that actually that is not really true. I mean, this study came out in December 2021, 3 months ago, that actually is now competing against the complete trial. So registry data does not support multi-vessel PCI in STEMI. Registry. Clinical trials, yes. Because clinical trials select a group of patients who are really very good. But so in real world registry, we don't know the answer yet, which is actually now we know from NCDR, it is not true that we should do all multi-vessel PCI at the same time of hospitalization.
Okay, I appreciate it. So let's see.
Dr. Azam,
Yes, sir.
as the patient had MI, so I would prefer to do the LAD first. And as the patient developed a complete heart block, so I'm not sure if it is due to LAD lesion or RC lesion.
Yes.
So I would pick the RC also.
Okay, yes, I appreciate because his gesture, that is actual MI, extensive MI, RBB, in hospital course patient eventually develop complete heart block. So typically we can gauge anything might be the culprit, but if you look at the angio, any critical disease as well as RC also very critical disease. So we are not quite sure which one is the culprit vessel. That's why whether you go for FFR guided ischemia, you should prove it which one is culprit. Number one. Now I appreciate Ramesh answer because complete reconstruction always be preferable. So what is the best approach for this STMI and multivascular disease? Complete reconstruction is always preferable. Stage PCI, of course, some better than complete PCI only. If you look, exactly says Ramesh, it is from the complete trial, it shows in terms of all hospital, primary outcome, secondary outcome, all long-term outcome, whatever you think, that is eventually good, even then incomplete revascularization. So we should prefer as much as possible go for complete revascularization. But question is that patient had experience in cardiac shock in hospital course. Actually, what we should take the decision? That made the dilemma. Let's see. So cardiac shock trial also is preferred only infected artery would be the most preferable. So